This video will break down how to actually rank up fast in Marvel Rivals. I'm going to try something different by avoiding tips and fundamentals that have been said countless times in other videos before. My goal is to give you a valuable video that gives you multiple takeaways with some tips you might not have thought about. Whether you're stuck in silver or clawing your way into eternity, these strategies will help you climb faster in Marvel Rivals. First up, let's talk about aiming. A lot of players, myself included, make the mistake of staring at their crosshair like it's the key to success. Don't do this. Instead, focus on the enemy. When you're brawling at close to mid-range, like Hela smacking down a Punisher, watch their movement, not your reticle. At long range, say sniping with Hawkeye from a distance, you might peek at your crosshair to line up that perfect headshot, but building your entire aim style around crosshair staring, that can hold you back. Here's why. After a few dozen hours in Marvel Rivals, you instinctively know where your crosshair is. You'll have a feel for it. Staring at enemies makes tracking smoother and target switching, like flicking from a Rocket, Raccoon to Luna Snow in a team fight, way easier. Your brain's got a better view of the battlefield when it's not glued to a tiny dot. Plus, crosshair obsession makes your aim jittery. Ever see someone wiggle their mouse like they're auditioning for a dance-off? That's what happens. Tiny movements feel massive, and your aim becomes as shaky as Loki's loyalty. Have you ever tried driving a vehicle by looking at the front end of that vehicle the whole time, rather than looking up and out at what's in front of you? Your depth perception is thrown off. Because of this, it's instantly, significantly more difficult to manipulate where you need to be heading. Now, in-game, there's certainly a time and a place you would use a crosshair for reference, but don't stare at it. That's a no-no. Practice watching enemies in training mode. Pick Star-Lord, for example, chase the dynamic bots, and keep your eyes on them, the dynamic bots. You'll land more shots and feel like a pro faster than you think. If you want an in-depth aim guide for Marvel Rivals, you can check out my latest aim tips video at the top right of your screen. Have you ever had a day where you're popping off, landing every Iron Man ultimate, clutching his Mantis, and feeling like a god? The next day, you're whiffing shots like Hawkeye forgot his glasses. This is tied into momentum, and it's massive in Marvel Rivals. Starting your session strong sets the tone for the day. A bad first match, shake it off, where you're spiraling into a loss streak faster than the thing gets his ult off. So you might be thinking, how can I control if I win or lose my first game other than trying my best? There are three parts to this answer. One, you need to warm up, and you need to warm up properly. That's step two. Don't just say you warmed up for a few minutes and half focused on it. Properly warm up. And step three is eat ice cream. I'm kidding. Could you imagine if I actually told you, hey, you like seriously looked at you and said you need to eat ice cream? Yeah, that's the secret to success. It's not. Are there any kids watching this? No, eating ice cream is not the secret to success. I mean, I do it. Forget the warm up for 30 minutes nonsense. Just go until you feel confident. For me, that's about 20 minutes in training mode, and it varies on the day, but I'll practice tracking with the Punisher, doing little burst flicks with Hela, and then I'll finish up with any hero I want to get some work on. If you're short on time, even 5 to 10 minutes of aim drills or ability combos can save you from bottom fragging. Take warming up seriously though. If I don't warm up properly, I feel like I'm controlling Thor with a trackpad. And this has been mentioned in a few of my other videos, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it here, but take advantage of momentum in the game as well. High-level players do this well. For example, if you see that the enemy team is missing their Moon Knight and it's 6v5 in your favor, keep your foot on the gas. You're at an advantage. There's no reason for you to let up. Pick off another opponent. If you need to pop your ultimate to get a single kill, it's likely worth it in this scenario. Let's say you do just that. You pop your ultimate and you take out their Penny Parker with your team's help. Now it's a 6v4 in your favor. That's momentum. I don't have to spell out the rest for you. You know what happens from there. Your team manages to throw the fight. I'm kidding, but we've also been on the terrible end of that situation, and you know it's true. If you've ever survived a Marvel Rivals match where your team is fighting over who gets to play DPS while no one touched the payload in the first round, you deserve a medal, or at least a sub. So consider subscribing to join the ranks of heroes who want to avoid the chaos. We've got new content every week. Back to the video. Let's get real. Dying in Marvel Rivals stinks. You're Storm, you float in with your perfectly placed shots, and boom, Hawkeye headshots you. Instead of slamming your desk, use that respawn timer to think, what could I have done better there? Did you focus the wrong target? Was your positioning poor? Maybe you didn't pre-aim that corner where Spider-Man was camping. Most players rage or blame their teammates when they die. That's a one-way ticket to staying stuck though. If you start analyzing your deaths the second they happen, you'll improve at warp speed. I'm talking 3 months of progress in 1 month. Next time you get smoked, ask, did I overextend? Should I have used Mantis's heal instead of damage boost there? Was my ultimate timing trash? This mindset turns every death into a lesson, and soon you'll be outplaying enemies like Doctor Strange outsmarting Dormammu.
I've come to bargain.
Next, let's talk heroes, and this is one of the biggest components of this video. Should you lock in your main or pick based on what your team needs? Newer players, listen up. Insta-locking a DPS like Black Panther might feel cool, but it's not always the fast track to ranking up. In Marvel Rivals, winning matches means playing for the team, not just racking up kills. I was just playing a game in overtime last night where we lost when we had nearly 4 minutes on our timer and the enemy team had barely over a minute, and we got steamrolled even though we had more kills than the enemy team because my team was not playing the objective. We were not using ultimates at smart times. Our second tank went DPS, which is not what we needed, and our team crumbled. I've seen DPS mains top the scoreboard with 45 limbs, but lose because they dove in like Thor without his hammer and died first. In any rank, being the first to fall can tank rounds your team should have won. Instead, try filling. If your team's got no tank, grab Magneto or Groot to soak damage. If you need another strategist, looks like you're on it this round. Filling doesn't mean you're stuck playing a hero you hate. It means adapting to win. Change your mindset to this. I'm adapting to win, not, I can't believe I'm stuck playing this so-and-so role again. Say you main Storm but queue into a match with no Vanguard. Don't play Storm. It's not the end of the world if you don't get to play her for 8 minutes. You might think, well, so-and-so streamer insta-locks any role they want to grind a Celestial and climb. Yes, you're watching the top 1% play. They'll have 70+% win rates regardless of who they play. You're not on their level yet. You need to play different at first. Now, this is a game, so have fun, but keep in mind, if you're playing ranked, you're gonna need to do things that might not exactly be fun all of the time to win. Who's shooting out Namor's squids? What about Penny's mines? Who's going to use their ultimate to bait out an enemy strategist ult? Or what if you're getting hard countered? You're playing ranked on hard mode if you stay on one hero forever and we haven't even left spawn yet. I ask my team every round, hey team, what do you need from me? I'm not joking, I ask that every time. Half the time I get no answer, but the other half the time, someone will speak up and say, you know, Star-Lord is giving me issues, or I keep getting their Squirrel Girl one-shot, but she keeps bouncing away. Do you know how valuable that information is? All because I asked a simple question. No pointing fingers, not complaining, just genuinely asking, how can I better serve my team? Do this consistently, and not only will you win more games, but you'll have more fun doing it, I promise. This one's gonna sting, but some of you are grinding Marvel Rivals to flex your rank on socials. Cringe, right? As the kids say. If you want to climb fast, play to impress yourself. Doesn't matter what rank that is. Could be hitting Bronze 2 for the first time, getting out of Platinum, or Grandmaster finally, or you managed to hit top 500. Focus on your own goals, not your friends' reactions. If you're happy at Diamond, that's great. But if you want Grandmaster, don't stop just because Platinum looks shiny. Every match ask, am I proud of how I played? Not, will this clip get likes? Trust me, chasing personal growth over clout will make you a better player faster, and you'll be a better, stronger human for it. I promise you're loved outside of TikTok. Don't let that 8-game losing streak ruin your day either. I get it, that's frustrating, and we've all had days like that with this game's matchmaking, but don't let it affect your day. There's so much beautiful life to experience, and life is too short to get bent out of shape over a handful of losses in a make-believe world. Yeah, this video is going to sharpen your climbing skills, but also your outlook on life. How you like them apples? Your game sense, or your superhero instincts get sharper the more you play Marvel Rivals. But too many players second guess themselves because of teammates calling out what to do in a given moment. Trust your instincts. If you think holding an angle with Punisher is better than playing up with the team, do it. Even if it fails, you're learning what you think works, not what random Raccoon 99 yells. If you want to become a seriously good player, you need to call the shots. You need to know what's best for you to do in a given moment, not someone who just happens to be on your team. People below Eternity really don't have a firm grasp on what they're doing in this game, and that's okay, they're learning too, but I wouldn't take advice from them. And remember, this game is nuanced. Even if you're playing with a teammate who's shouting out directions left and right, they may even be right on a play, but they don't know what your strengths and weaknesses are as a player. They probably aren't aware you were just peeling for your backline to take care of that magic really quick before going back to the point. If you want to skyrocket your consistency, you need to force your brain to think in every kind of situation imaginable. There aren't nearly as many awkward comps or awkward playstyles to play against when you're getting thousands of reps in. You're much more likely to have come across a given scenario before or one similar to it. Let your brain make these connections and don't let someone else make those decisions for you. VOD review sounds boring, but it's your ticket to getting better. And for anyone who's watched my other guides, here's something you might not have thought about. Watching pros play the game is great and can help you with some breakthroughs, but Once you're in Diamond or higher, reviewing your gameplay is where the real gains happen. Pros have pre-planned strats you can't copy without their knowledge. Your VODs? That's your raw, unfiltered mistakes staring back. You're gonna think different than every other gamer on the planet. Watching your games with your mistakes is the most direct way to course correct. There is zero guesswork as to what you would do in a given situation since it's your gameplay. I wish I knew this sooner. Don't fall into the trap of watching your favorite streamer play for hours on end by lying to yourself that you're studying gameplay. You're not. You're effectively watching Netflix at that point. It's fine to chill out and watch your favorite gamers play, but be mindful of where you're putting the bulk of your time. So I would spend around 15% of my time VOD reviewing. So let's say you play the game 5 days a week on average and about an hour at a time. That's 5 hours per week of playtime, or 300 minutes. 15% of that is 45 minutes. So that breaks down to 9 minutes per day of VOD reviewing on the days you play the game. That's a really simple ask. That's like the length of an average match. You'll be able to catch things like, why did I ult Scarlet Witch into that Magneto and Doctor Strange's shields? Or why was I positioned like a sitting duck as Mantis? You'll spot patterns too, like overextending as Emma Frost, and build a playstyle around your strengths. To hit your dream rank, you need a plan as solid as Cap's shield. These are broken out into 3 parts. First, playtime. Aim for 25 to 30 hours a week, not daily grind, just hit that weekly total. Consistency beats binging 10 hours in one day. Second, VOD review. Start with 15% of playtime, like we said. Third, mindset. Go into every match thinking, I'm gonna carry as the Hulk, but stay humble. Don't blame lag or bad teammates. Own your mistakes, even when you top frag. This is the real way to rank up in Marvel Rivals. Massive thank you for the love on my recent videos. I'm blown away by how this channel's been growing, and I'm stoked to keep bringing you guys guides. If you want to become a member of the channel, I just set this up to where you can do that now. Select the tier that makes the most sense for you. I'm biased, but I think we have the best looking loyalty badges in town. Thank you. It's surreal to see this dream start turning into a reality. Also, no pressure to become a member. I'm not going anywhere, and we'll keep pumping out these guides just like we have been. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and check out this video where we break down the most broken DPS hero at every rank. Stay frosty, queens.